Amy from Amy's Crafts Boutique, and in this video I'm going to explain to you the difference between UK and US crochet terminology. Most people who crochet tend to use a pattern, and most patterns are written either in UK or US terminology. They use exactly the same stitches, they're made in exactly the same way, but we have different names for them, which can be kind of confusing. I've done a bit of research to try and find out why this is, but it's not really clear. It could be that the UK terminology refers to the number of loops on your hook, and the US terminology refers to the number of times you move the hook, but it's not really clear. But what is important is that you know which terminology your pattern's written in, otherwise your project is going to turn out either much bigger or much smaller than you'd expected. So I find it really useful to use a conversion table to remind me of the differences between the stitches. I've made this one, which you're very welcome to use, and I just find it helps me to see the difference between the stitches and compare them. So a chain stitch and a slip stitch are the same in both UK terms and US terms. But that's when the differences start to come in after that. One of the first stitches that you'll probably learn is a double crochet in UK terms, and this is called a single crochet in US terms. But what makes it really confusing is the US also has a double crochet stitch, which corresponds to our treble crochet. There is a pattern to it, so as you can see, the US single crochet is our double crochet. The US double crochet is our treble crochet. So it's kind of like the US terms plus one is the UK terms. So we've got single to double to half treble, and their double is our treble. So I find it really helpful when I get a new pattern just to have a quick look back at this sort of cheat sheet to remind myself of which stitch I'm doing and which terminology the pattern is using. So generally your pattern will tell you which terminology it's written in, but sometimes it doesn't, and there are a few tricks you can use to tell which terminology it's written in. For example, if you've got any single crochet stitches, it means it's a US pattern written in US terminology, because there are no single crochet stitches in UK terminology. So if you have a look through the pattern and you find a single crochet stitch, that means the whole pattern is written in US terminology. Another way to check is to look at how the pattern describes the hook size that you'll need. If it describes the hook using millimetres, then it will probably be a UK pattern. If it describes the hook using a letter, then it will probably be a US pattern written in US terminology. I tend to find most of the patterns I use are written in US terminology, but it is a good idea to go through it and just check to make sure. The good thing is, once you know the difference between UK terminology and the US terminology, you'll be able to follow a pattern from either because the stitches are just the same. I hope you found that helpful, and if you have any more questions or you need any more help to understand this further, please just drop me a comment below.